Yo, 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 yo. We are back, people. I know I was just here 10 hours ago, but we are back. It's your boy Jay Jordan. Salute, salute. Back for another WNBA watch along. This time it's the home team, the squad, the New York Liberty. You see it. You see it all over. New York Liberty. You see it. Liberty taking on the Connecticut Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut. Yes, it's an early game. Game time is 11 a.m. Eastern. There's a bunch of games today. They're summer camp games for the kids to actually attend with their summer camps that they're attending right now. So that's why today there are a lot of games that are early. All of them are early games. So this is the first game of the 5 game slate tonight. I shouldn't even say tonight. This morning and this afternoon. So we will kick off with the number 1 seed Liberty taking on the 2 seed Connecticut Sun. They both have the same record. The Liberty are winning the season series 1-0, which is why they are in first place technically. The Liberty won game 1 of the series on June 8th, 82-75. This will be game 2. Game 3 will be on the 16th. And game 4 will be after the Olympic break on August 24th. Kim, what's going on? Salute. Go Stewie. Go Salute. Go Ionescu. Go John Qual. Hopefully they can show up today. We need them to show up today. Seriously. Let's get into the starting lineups right now. So for the Liberty, we have Vandersloot, Ionescu, Leone Fevich is into the game. Due to Benai Hamilton being out due to a knee injury, knee soreness. They said her knee swelled up on the ride up to Connecticut. So since the Liberty are also playing tomorrow against Chicago, they're holding out in an abundance of caution. So Leo gets to start. Brianna Stewart and Jonquel Jones. On the bench, you have Marquisha Davis, Kennedy Berg, Ivana Dojkic, Jalen Sherrod, who's on a 7-day contract, and Kayla Thornton. Injuries, we have Benai Hamilton, as I mentioned, with the knee, and Niara Sabali still out with the back injury. For the Connecticut Sun, we have Ty Harris, Dejanay Carrington, Dewana Bonner, Alyssa Thomas, and Brianna Jones. Their bench, we have Astu Endor Fall. We have Rachel Bannon, Veronica Burton, Olivia Nelson Adota, and Tiffany Mitchell. They have Mariah Jefferson out. She just had arthroscopic a knee procedure about 15 days ago. They said they're giving her 3 weeks, so we'll probably won't see her until after the Olympic break. All right, so as I mentioned, there's 4 other games today. I have them at the bottom of the screen here. We have Washington versus Indiana at 12 p.m. Eastern, Atlanta at Chicago, 12 p.m. Eastern, Vegas at Seattle at 3 p.m. Eastern, and the one game that's missing at the bottom is at 3:30. We have the Wings at the Mercury, Dallas Wings versus Phoenix Mercury at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. All right, so the Liberty coming off a loss last game, they blew the game to the Indiana Fever on Saturday. So they're 3-2 in their last 5 games. They lost to Minnesota. Well, I guess you can't really count the Commissioner's Cup. So if you technically want to count just the regular season games, they are 4-1 in their last 5. For the Sun, they are 4-1 in their last 5. Their last loss was on June 28th to the Atlanta Dream. That Francis fellow asked why all the early games today. It's basically the WNBA has been doing these summer camp games so that these programs that are of course hosting summer camp for the kids around the US, they make the games early so that the camps can bring the kids to the game. Some of these games are these kids' first experience to the WNBA. It gets them into the league early. It gets very loud in there. It's all really kid and child oriented, and the kids have a good time. Even though sometimes they don't know who to cheer for or what's going on, they know they're at a basketball game and they're having a good time. So that is why all the games are early today. You'll see a lot of them sprinkled throughout the season. There are a couple 2 weeks ago. There's some next week as well. So that is the reasoning behind these summer camp games. Hey mom, what's going on? Good morning. So we move from there. I saw a lot of discourse online about people saying, why did they put the Fever and the Chicago game at the same time? One, the schedule was made back in December before anybody was drafted to any team. And two, Chicago and Indiana just happened to be in the same time zone. If I'm not mistaken, they're in the central time zone. So all the central time zone games are starting at the same time. So we have the Eastern game starting at 11. We have the Central starting at 12. And then we have, I guess they have a split with a 3 o'clock game in Seattle, the Pacific time at 3, and then a 3:30 game. So it also goes by scheduling and advance availability of arena, things of that nature. What's up, Nelson? Nelson, first place on the line. You're absolutely right. Whoever wins this game will be the #1 overall seed for the time being. So hopefully the Liberty do come out on top. For those who are local in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, and Southern Connecticut, this game is on My 9. You can also access it on the Liberty Live. I don't know if it's called if it's an app or it's just a streaming platform. But you have to be in the tri-state area to use the Liberty Live platform. If you're out of the area, you can watch it on League Pass. So if you're in Connecticut or New York, you won't be able to watch it on League Pass. If you're outside of those areas, you'll be able to watch it on League Pass. Let me pull up the tweet. They had a list of where all the games would be shown. So the Washington Indiana game is also on League Pass. I believe it's also on NBA TV. I saw. Atlanta at Chicago is on League Pass. Las Vegas and Seattle is going to be on League Pass, as well as Twitter/X, and the Dallas Phoenix game will be on League Pass. So a League Pass full day today. Remember, blackout restrictions still do apply, so be aware of that. All right, my expectations for this game. I'm hoping the Liberty win. Missing Benijah is a big piece to what they do. But hopefully that Jonquel Jones, she likes playing against her former team in the Connecticut Sun. Hopefully she can get back to the way she was playing. She was struggling a bit in the past couple games, but when she plays Connecticut, she seems to get a rejuvenation. She seems to come out with a lot of energy, and hopefully that happens this morning because we're definitely going to need it. And that's the Fever and Mystics. You can't watch it live on WNBA. You have to come back after it's over. You sure? Let me check. What time? We got 5 minutes, so I can jump on League Pass really quick and check. I'm watching the Liberty game locally on our local channel here. So let me check about these other games, see if there's any blackout restrictions for me in the meantime. Let's see. At the moment it's saying I should be good. I'm in New York, so if you're in the Indiana or Washington D.C. area or wherever area is covered in the Fever are covered on their local channels, you won't be able to watch it on League Pass or NBA TV. So remember, blackout restrictions do apply. It doesn't seem to be blacked out for me on my end. For that Indiana game at least. All right. Looking at the stat leaders for both teams, we have Breanna Stewart leading the Liberty in points, averaging 19.4 points per game. DeWanna Bonner for the Sun is averaging 16.9 points a game. In terms of rebounds, Breanna Stewart up to 9 rebounds a game to lead the Liberty. Alyssa Thomas for the Sun, 9.4 rebounds a game. And in terms of assists, we have Sabrina Ionescu leading the way with 6.3 assists per game. Alyssa Thomas for the Sun with 7.9 points. 7.9 assists per game. So we have a pretty evenly matched teams. Going back to last year, the Liberty did beat the Connecticut Sun in the second round of the playoffs. So the Sun coming back with their core with Alyssa Thomas, Dewana Bonner, Brianna Jones coming back off her Achilles injury, Dejanay Carrington taking a step up in the starting lineup, and Ty Harris leading the way at the point guard position. They're hoping that they could avenge their loss last season, and they've started off the season really well. Remember, the Liberty did snap their undefeated streak to start the season. I believe they were 10-0, and the Liberty snapped that undefeated streak back on June 8th. So the Sun looking to beat the Liberty in this early morning 11 a.m. game here on the East Coast. Right, we're about 2 minutes out. According to my clock, it's 10:58. We're about 2 minutes out from start time. Just in case you guys are worried, I will be keeping you up to date on all the games as they start. Of course, we got the two rookies in the next at the 12 o'clock hour with Caitlin and Angel Reese. So I will be keeping a stat check on those things. We'll also touch on those games at halftime, because we'll have the time during that period. Right, shout out to everybody who's here on this early morning stream. If you haven't liked it, or if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe. We will be doing 2 streams today, actually. So after this morning stream, we'll take a break and we'll come back for the Aces versus Seattle Storm game. That is a battle for the 4th seed in the WNBA. The Aces are 13-7. The Seattle Storm are 14-7. So that game holds a lot of weight. Both teams have won one game apiece so far. So if you can, make sure you come back 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll probably start streaming 10 minutes before at around 2:50 p.m. Eastern for the Aces versus Storm game. That should be a good one. In terms of other news, we have A'ja Wilson. If you're into NBA 2K, she was the WNBA cover athlete for 2K25. So congrats to A'ja Wilson as being the cover athlete this year. I think last year was Sabrina Ionescu, and this year is A'ja Wilson. All right, cool. Looks like the broadcast is about to start. We're at 11 exactly here on the East Coast. So we should see. Yeah, Nelson, very good battle between the Aces and Storm. This game is at the Storm are a really good home team. I think they've only lost maybe 2 or 3 games at home. So the Aces are up for a fight there. Yeah, so the Storm are 9-2 at home. The Aces are 5-3 on the road. So we'll see who overcomes in that battle later on. Right, broadcast is starting. Don't mind me, guys. I have some tea here. It's a little early, so I'll make sure I got my tea here. Some ginger tea. And we're ready to get this show on the road. Mohegan Sun Arena in Uncasville, Connecticut. Liberty Sun. We're ready to go here. Let me make sure everything is good on my end. Cool. As I mentioned, both teams 17-4. Winner goes top of the league. Sound like a soccer match. Top of the table, top of the league. Oh, so Michael Grady and Roz Gold Onwude are on the call for this Liberty game. Mike Grady, if you're familiar with the Nets, he used to be the color was he the color commentator, or was it? I think he was the lead commentator for the Nets, or one of the sideline reporters. I can't remember. And now I think he's currently the lead commentator for the Minnesota Lynx. Nelson said, did we start a 10-0 run in our last meeting? I can't remember. June 8th was a while ago, but I can check really quickly. I have everything loaded up here. If we go to play-by-play. Start. Yeah, the Liberty went out 8-2. We started at 8-0 run to start that last game. Liberty struggled against the Indiana Fever. I actually went back to watch that game since I missed it, so I could see what I missed. Liberty struggled to start the game, and they struggled to end the game. So the second and third quarters are usually our Achilles heel, and it ended up being the first and fourth quarters, which have been our strengths. So something has to give. Something has to give. Right, they're announcing the starting lineups here. They're the same as what is on the screen. Talking about Benijah Laney Hamilton, a late scratch. It was just announced this morning that she wasn't going to be in this game. Alrighty. This is the 95th regular season meeting. Connecticut leads the season series 48-46. New York has won the last 5 regular season meetings. They won 4-0 against the Connecticut Sun last season. So let's see if the Liberty can get back to winning ways. All the players are high-fiving and shaking hands. They probably a little tired. It looks pretty packed there. So we shall see who overcomes today. So it's going to be Jonquel Jones versus Brianna Jones, the former teammates. They're going to jump off here at the center circle. So Liberty, Sun, matchup 2 of the 2024 season. Ball is up, and Jonquel Jones wins the tip, and we are off with Courtney Vandersloot. Vandersloot over to Ionescu. Guarded tightly by Dejanay Carrington. She's going to have that assignment today. Sabrina comes off the screen, finds Stewie on the roll, and they call a foul on Ty Harris on the first play of the game. So Brianna Stewart will go to the line for free throws for the first points of this game. So Stewie hits the first free throw, and the Liberty are on the board. Sorry, I added it to the wrong team. Let's take that off. There we go. So it's 1-0 Liberty. Stewie rattles in the second. Ball in play. That Francis says, hoping for a good game from Sabrina. She didn't shoot well last couple games. Yeah, she's been struggling from 3. Especially, there have been some wide open looks as well. DeWanna Bonner for 3 off balance, and she knocks down the 3. The Sun are on the board. DeWanna Bonner had 7 threes last game. Was a home game for them. So she's very comfortable on her home court. So it's 3-2 Connecticut. Phoebus down to Stewie. Stewie step back on Bonner, and she hits the fall away jump shot. So Stewie on the board with the first 4 points for the Liberty. Ty Harris over to Alyssa Thomas, over to Dejanay on the left side of the floor here. DeWanna Bonner in the corner, guarded by the rookie Phoebus. She gets the screen. DeWanna Bonner draws the foul. DeWanna Bonner draws the foul on Phoebus. So DeWanna Bonner going to the line to shoot free throws here. So DeWanna Bonner hit the first 3 of the game for the Sun. She's at the line for free throws, and she hits the first. So both teams with a foul apiece. And she hits the second. They just put up a stat. Brianna Stewart is the fastest Liberty player to 1,000 points, faster than Cappie Pondexter, who did it in 5 more games. Vandersloot with the ball. It's 5-4 Connecticut after Bonner hits both free throws. Sabrina with the hesitation. Floater bounces off the side rim, and she gets called. And she draws the foul on Alyssa Thomas. So that's 2 fouls already by the Connecticut Sun. They say Alyssa Thomas smacked Sabrina on the forearm on that shot. So Sabrina Ionescu going to the line for free throws. Hey, Jeannie. She said, I'm more interested in the Dream Sky. If the Dream wants to stay in the race, they need this game. Yeah, that'll be a good one. We'll be keeping eyes on that as Sabrina hits the first free throw. And Sabrina for the second, and she knocks down both. So it's 6-5 New York. Sabrina leading the league, second in the WNBA in points per game in the first quarter with 7.1. We have Ty Harris with the ball down to Dejanay Carrington. Hand off to Brianna Jones. She goes up, misses. Jonquel fighting for it, tips it to Sabrina. Sabrina, left side of the floor, gets the screen from Phoebish. Over to Jonquel. Jonquel, hand off to Sloot. Sloot on the drive, goes up with the left scoop, and Slooty scores. So Vandersloot on the board. 8-5 New York. Ball in with Connecticut. Alyssa Thomas with the ball. Over to Ty Harris. Ty Harris, left side of the floor, comes off the screen. Sabrina staying with her. Ty Harris off the screen again. Foul line jump shot, rattles in and out. And Stewie with the rebound. Brianna Stewart, hand off to Sabrina. Sabrina, left side of the floor with the drive, hand off to Stewie. Over to Jonquel. Jonquel, hand off to Phoebish. Phoebish going right. Phoebish hesitation. Good pass to Jonquel. What a pass from Phoebish. And Jonquel Jones is on the board. Good pass by Phoebish, leading Jonquel Jones right to the basket. It's 10-5 New York. New York Liberty, 23 assists per game, second in the W. I think they're behind the Minnesota Lynx. DeWanna Bonner comes off the screen, gets it to Bree Jones. She goes over with the hook shot, and that's easy money. Had Phoebish on her back, and she scores. 10-7 New York. Sabrina, hesitation dribble, floater from the foul line, and Sabrina got that floater working, and she knocks it down. So Sabrina, 4 points here. 12-7 New York here. New York hasn't missed a field goal yet, 4 for 4. Ty Harris, right side of the floor, comes off the screen. She pulls up for mid-range, and she knocks this one down. Sabrina has to do a better job of fighting over that screen. You cannot give up the mid-range jump shot to Ty Harris. Vandersloot over to Jonquel. Jonquel for her first three, misses badly, and Dejanay Carrington with the rebound. Dejanay Carrington pushing it, and she loses the ball. Steal by the New York Liberty. Stewie up to Phoebish. Phoebish with the ball picks up her dribble over to Stewie. Left side to Sabrina. Sabrina crossover on Dejanay. She blows by Alyssa Thomas. Goes hesitation. Goes up with the left and scores. Sabrina takes on Alyssa Thomas and scores the left-hand layup. It's 14-9 New York. Ty Harris over to Alyssa Thomas. Over to Dejanay. Dejanay mid-range jump shot. She looked off balance there. Bree Jones gets the rebound. 14 on the clock here. 7 on the clock now. Ty Harris on the drive. She goes by Sloot, gets fouled on the drive. And Ty Harris draws the foul on Vandersloot. She'll go to the line for free throws. So that's the first foul on Sloot. She'll go to the line. Ty Harris will go to the line for free throws. So in terms of WNBA rankings, the Liberty are second in a lot of the major categories. They're fourth in steals. So we'll see if the Liberty can live up to it as Ty Harris hits the first free throw. She shoots the second and knocks it down. So both teams hitting their free throws early. It's 14-11 New York, approaching 5.5 to go in the first. Vandersloot comes off the stagger screen. Finds Stewie at the three-point line. Back to Sloot. Sloot over to Sabrina, left side. They get Stewie in the paint. She shoots over Alyssa Thomas, goes to the glass. Ooh, that was pretty. Brianna Stewart goes glass from the left side of the floor, banks it in, Tim Duncan style. And it's 16-11. Stewie up to 6 points. Hasn't missed a shot yet. Bree Jones in the post, right side. Left side. Hand off to Dejanay Carrington. She attacks Jonquel. Jonquel with the block and rebound. Over to Sloot. Sloot on the run here. Oh, in and out on Alyssa Thomas. Goes up with the scoop. Oh, she loses her balance there and misses the layup. She had a beautiful move on Alyssa Thomas. DeWanna Bonner on the drive. Hand off to Bree Jones. She goes up, gets fouled. And a foul by Sloot. Sloot had a beautiful move. $1 million move, as they say. 10-cent finish. And It's an official's timeout. Liberty up 16-11 in the first quarter here. It's 4:48 to go. I'll get my clock right so we can be as accurate as possible. So, a good shooting game so far for both teams, percentage-wise. Liberty shooting, well, I should say for the Liberty. Liberty shooting 75% from the field. The Sun are shooting 37.5%. No turnovers for both teams. Liberty are leading the rebounding battle 4-3. Right, so it's good so far. Looks like the ladies are up. They got up early and they hooping early this morning. Usually when the games are like super early like this, it takes a while for the players to get going because it throws them off of their normal routine. But they're doing pretty well so far. I'm just put a post on Twitter right quick, get some more people here. And post. Cool. Alrighty, so 16-11 so far, 16-11 so far. The ladies are hooping. Let's get this widget up for you guys. You guys can, I have the stats circling on the screen below. You guys can keep up with that. All right, it looks like some lineups were announced for the upcoming games. So we have the Atlanta for the Dream and the Sky. Let me move this over here. We have the Dream will start Haley Jones, Maya Caldwell, Alicia Gray, Nia Coffey, and Tina Charles. For the Sky, they're starting Lindsay Allen, Marina Mabry, Kennedy Carter, Angel Reese, and Camila Cardoso. So they're starting lineups that they've been using the past couple games. We shall see how that pans out. I'll be keeping you updated on stats and scores from all games going on this morning / afternoon in the W. Cancer Salute says, knowing this team, they're gonna cool down next couple quarters. Yeah, I've yet to see a full 40-minute game from this team. I haven't seen a 38-minute and a 36-minute game from this team. They always hot and cold. Looks like Kayla Thornton, I should say, is checking into the game for Courtney Vandersloot. Since Vandersloot has been back, they've been limiting her minutes a lot. She plays in the 18 to 22 minute range, ideally. Okay, so Brianna Jones at the line for free throws here. Bree Jones makes the first. Bree Jones for the second free throw. And she clanks the second rebound to Stewie. 16-12. Sabrina with the ball. Across half court over to Phoebish. Phoebish down to Sabrina on the cut. She gets the floater and scores. So Sabrina continuing to eat early in this game. She had 10 points last first quarter against the Sun. This game, she's up to 8 already. And no threes yet. She's just getting to the paint, hitting floaters and mid-range shots. Dewana Bonner misses the mid-range jump shot. Stewie, another rebound. Stewie down to JJ. JJ in the post. One leg fall away. Short. Rebound to Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas up the court quickly. Hand off to Dejanay Carrington. Dejanay dribbles back out to the three-point line. Back to Alyssa. Alyssa by the foul line looking for Ty Harris. Ty Harris for three. She misses. Jonquel with the rebound. Jonquel brings the ball up the court. Let's see what they can do. And they call a moving screen on Jonquel Jones. Illegal screen on Jonquel. So turnover to the Liberty. Their first of the game. First foul on Jonquel. That's the other thing. Jonquel has to stay out of foul trouble if the Liberty want to win this game. When she starts getting in foul trouble, things get out of whack. Sun with the ball. Bree Jones out by the three-point line looking for Dewana Bonner off the curl. She gets the curl. Sabrina guarding her. That's a mismatch. DeWanna handoff to Bree Jones. Good pass, and she scores. So it's 18-14 New York. Sabrina over to Phoebish. Phoebish hasn't attempted a bucket yet. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina, the three working, and the two was working. She shoots her first three and misses. So Ty Harris blows by Jonquel. Jonquel, good defense, gets a hand on it. And Stewie with the rebound. Stewie quickly the other way. Phoebish wide open, right wing three. Yeah, Leo knocks down the three. Defense to offense for the Liberty. Liberty up 7, 21-14. Under 3 minutes to go in the first. DeWanna Bonner tries to answer, and she does. DeWanna Bonner had 7 last game, as I mentioned. She already has 2 today. Sabrina coming off the screen, guarded tightly by Dejanay. She dribbles out the trap. Oh, finds Stewie. Stewie, one leg fall away. Ooh, that was pretty. Sabrina with the assist. Stewie going left, fall away jump shot on the baseline, knocks it down. 23-17. Bree Jones gets up, seals Jonquel, and she scores. So the action is back and forth so far. It's 23-19. Sabrina with the ball over to Jonquel. Jonquel. Ball gets deflected out of bounds. So substitutions being made here. Veronica Byrne into the game for Ty Harris. Vandersloot back in the game for Leo. And Tiffany Mitchell in the game for Dejanay Carrington. So Vandersloot to inbound, gets it over to Sabrina. Sabrina looking for Stewie, who's been on a tear. Ball gets deflected out of bounds by DeWanna Bonner. Sabrina got to get that pass a little further down. Try to pass it too high. So Kayla Thornton to inbound on the right side of the court. She gets it in to Sabrina. Sabrina guarded by Tiffany Mitchell. Finds Stewie on a curl. They call a foul on, that might be on Alyssa Thomas, maybe. Let me see. Alyssa Thomas, that's her second foul of the game. So Alyssa Thomas might have to go to the bench, or they may keep her in. I mean, if they keep her in, we can just go at her and try and draw another one. So Liberty will inbound again from the opposite side, this time by their bench. Ball is in play. New York is in the bonus. They find Stewie on the curls. Stewie, one leg fall away. Oh, Stewie, stop it. Sabrina the assist to Stewie. Stewie, one leg fall away. She's up to 10 points here. Hasn't missed a shot yet. Bree Jones, handoff to Mitchell. Over to DeWanna Bonner. Bonner over in the corner to Burton. Bree Jones at the foul line. Bree Jones foul line jump shot. Misses. Rebound to Sabrina. Sabrina on the drive here. Liberty trying to extend this lead. Sabrina, free lane to the basket, goes up, and she misses the layup. Bree Jones comes over on the weak side to deter her. Tiffany Mitchell over to Bonner. Guarded by Sloot. That's a mismatch there. Over to Alyssa Thomas. Stewie tips it out of her hands. Back to Bonner. Bonner in the post against Sloot. They bring the double. Veronica Burton over to Bree Jones from the foul line. Misses again. Jonquel with the rebound. So under a minute to go here, people. Liberty up 25-19. Vandersloot, highway to the basket, hangs, hits, and hits. Oh! Good hit by Vandersloot. 4 points for her. 16 points in the paint for the Liberty. Coach Brondella made a concerted effort to stop shooting so many threes. They shot 42 threes last game, only made 10. And bad pass by Alyssa Thomas goes out of bounds. And it's a turnover to the Connecticut Sun. So Rachel Banham into the game for Alyssa Thomas. Stewie to the bench. Hell of a first quarter for her. Kennedy Burke into the game. So 2 turnovers for Connecticut. 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And we are in play. Sloot with the ball. Sloot gets the screen from Burke. Hand off to Sabrina. Sabrina has been cooking inside the paint. She goes back in, fakes the pass, and Sabrina! Oh my goodness, Sabrina Ionescu. She's only taken 1 3. All of her points have come at the foul line, which was 2 points, and in the paint. Sabrina Ionescu cooking early. Veronica Burton on the drive, picks up her dribble, 4 on the clock, 3 on the clock. Rachel Banham over to Burton. They give her the grenade. She doesn't get it off. Does she get it off? She does, and that's how the quarter ends. So at the end of the first quarter, the Liberty, after scoring in the teens last game, 29 points in the first quarter. I think they just like playing in Uncasville. 29-19, end of the first quarter. That's what you like to see, people. That is what you like to see. So, Sabrina Ionescu, 4 for 6 from the field. She's taken only 1 3, missed it, but she's getting into the paint, hitting that floater, getting layups, doing her thing early. So, 10 points for Sabrina, 10 points for Stewie. Okay, let's see if any more news has come in. It's 11:22 here on the East Coast. Let's see if any more stats were, any more lineups were released, I should say. None released as of yet. So we're in a good game so far for if you're a Liberty fan. Good game so far. As I mentioned, Breanna Stewart with 10 points and 4 rebounds. She hasn't missed a shot. A lot of high difficulty shots too. One leg fallaways. Hey Beulah, what's going on? Good morning. For Jonquel, she has 2 points and 3 rebounds. You have Phoebish with 3 points, Vandersloot with 4, Sabrina with 10. So all the starters for the Liberty have scored. So for the Connecticut Sun, you have Dawana Bonner with 8 on 2 made threes. Alyssa Thomas hasn't scored, but she has 2 rebounds and 3 assists. You have Bree Jones with 7 points. You have Ty Harris with 4, and Carrington has not scored as of yet. Nobody on their bench has scored either. All right, salute to everybody here on the stream. We got a nice sized crowd for a morning game. RC, my guy, salute. What's going on? Yeah, man, a lot of early games today. I know 2 of your teams play, your Fever and your Aces play. So I know you're going to be tuned in for those. I will be doing the Aces game at 3 p.m. Eastern after this one. But I will be keeping track of the Fever Dream game. No, the Fever Mystics game, excuse me, and the Dream Sky game. Got my tea here. It's early over here. Ooh. Good tea. All right, let's get things ready for the second quarter. I'm over here just chatting away. Let's get things ready for the second. So Liberty, after shooting 42 threes last game, literally 42 threes and only making 10, they've only shot 3 in this quarter, and they've made 1. The one made by Leonie Phoebish. Fever better beat the Mystics. Emphasis on better. Yeah, that would be funny. They beat the Liberty and then lose to the Mystics. Yeah, so the big 3 for the Liberty, 10 for Stewie, 10 for Sabrina, 2 for Jonquel. Pretty balanced scoring so far. Ball in play with the Sun to start the second quarter. They have Burton, Bonner, Mitchell, Bree Jones, and Rachel Banham. For the Liberty, it's Phoebish, Thornton, Jonquel, Burke, and Vandersloot. Brianna Jones on the drive. And they call a travel on Bree Jones. I didn't know if they were going to call it or not. But thankfully they do. Another turnover by the Sun. That's their 3rd turnover of the game. Kennedy Burke inbounds it to Sloot. Sloot gives it to Kennedy Burke. Kennedy Burke over to Sloot. Sloot on the drive. Sloot already has 4 points. Vandersloot over to Burke. Burke handoff to Phoebish. Phoebish on the drive. Out to Sluty. Can Sluty hit a 3? And she misses. Rebound to Burton. And the Sun have numbers. Burton over to Mitchell. Mitchell drives. Goes up. Throws it up. And scores the layup. So Tiffany Mitchell on the board here. Kennedy Burke with the ball over to Leo. Lay over to Sloop. Sloop with the ball, left side of the floor, gets the screen from John Quell. They call a foul on Tiffany Mitchell for the push. Beulah asks Jay, can the Liberty win tomorrow against the Sky? They definitely can. The Liberty can definitely win. They beat the Sky already, with their full contingent. So it'll be an interesting game though. Ball inbounds with the Liberty. Liberty get fouled. Bree Jones with the foul on Jonquel Jones. Jay, Caitlin was the match that sparked the fever comeback versus y'all. How about that? Yeah, I ended up finally going back to watch that game yesterday. I think I watched it. And I saw how the Liberty faltered. Ball and play with the Liberty. Jonquel over to Jonquel with a bad pass, and it goes all the way into the backcourt and out of bounds. Second turnover for New York. Jonquel got deep in the paint, picked up her dribble, was looking to do a pass, and the pass was not on target. Ball and play with the Sun. Over to Veronica Burton. Veronica Burton over to Rachel Banham. Rachel Banham on the drive, foul line, jump shot, bounces around and misses. Jonquel with another rebound. Jonquel picks up her dribble. Over to Sloot. Spacing is a little off here. And they call a foul on Jonquel Jones on Bree Jones. That's 2 fouls on Jonquel. Turnover on the Liberty. So back-to-back turnovers on Jones. Oh, that's not a foul. You got to challenge that. You have to challenge that. And yes, Coach Rondello challenges that. Bree Jones trips over her own teammate's foot, and they called a foul on Jonquel. So the play is under review, and that was a good challenge by Sandy Brondello. So we're in a timeout now. Okay, lineups have been announced. Well, for the Mystics Fever game, they announced the Mystics lineup. They're starting Julie Van Loo, Ariel Atkins, Dee Dee Richards, Maisha Hines Allen, and Steph Dolson. The Fever will probably go with their same lineup of Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Katie Lou Samuelson, Nalissa Smith, and Aaliyah Boston. But we'll see. Okay, we're in a commercial right now. Salute to everybody here on the watch along. If you haven't liked the video already, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. We do watch alongs all season long. We'll be back later on today. Nelson, actually, we get another challenge if we win this. Yes, you get 2 challenges a game. If you win the first one, you get it back. But if you win that second one, you don't just keep getting challenges if you keep winning. If you win one, you get another one. If you win the second one, it's gone either way. RC says, I hope y'all beat the Sky. Keep them way back in the playoff hunt. Please do it. I know you would want that, of course. You would want that. But listen, we're just gonna focus on us. I'm gonna give you the cliche team sports speech. We're just gonna focus on control what we can control. All right, so we're still in timeout here. Still in timeout. All right, so they're back in play. They're showing the replay again. tripped on her own player. Let's see what they haven't announced the call yet. So for those who didn't know, Jonquel Jones played 6 seasons with the Connecticut Sun, 2016 to 2019, and then the 21 and 22 season. She was the 2021 WNBA MVP, 2018 Sixth Woman of the Year, and the challenge was successful. Gennaro, what's going on? Sky versus Liberty? Yep, I'm going to be there. I will be at Barclays for Sky versus Liberty tomorrow. So no watch along tomorrow. I'll be at the game. That'll be my second time watching the Sky in person this season. Hopefully the Liberty can get the win. Ball and play with the Liberty. Challenge was successful. Vandersloot with the ball. Vandersloot guarded by Bree Jones. Over to Thornton. Over to Phoebus. Phoebus travels in the corner. And a turnover by the Liberty. So Liberty turn it over and ball back to the Sun. We have Ty Harris, Bonner, Banham, Mitchell, and Bree Jones. Sloot, Jonquel, Burke, Thornton, and Phoebus. Ty Harris over to Banham. Banham pump fakes. You know she likes to shoot that 3. 7 on the shot clock. They call. Now Jonquel gets the foul either way. So Jonquel's second foul gets delayed just a little bit by about 30 seconds. And she gets it on the defensive end. Yeah, Jonquel over there holding a little bit on Bree Jones on the hip. So Jonquel with 2 points and 2 fouls. Ball and play with the Sun. Alyssa Thomas over to Ty Harris. She misses the 3. Rebound to Kennedy Burke. Kennedy Burke has been playing a lot of 4-5 minutes with Niara Sabali, the other big, out with an injury. Phoebus over to Stewie, who's checked in. Sloot with the ball. Vandersloot dribbling around the screens, corner to Burke, over to Thornton. Thornton on the drive, Euro step, goes up with the left hand scoop. Ooh, that was pretty. Kayla Thornton pump fakes on the 3, drives on Banham, gives her a nice little Euro step, left hand layup. Liberty up to 20 points in the paint here, compared to 8 for the Connecticut Sun. It's a 10-point game. Rachel Banham shoots that 3, she misses, and rebound to Brianna Stewart. She didn't miss a shot in that first quarter. Stewie picks up her dribble. Over to Leo. Leo gets the screen from Burke. Leo down to Kennedy Burke. She has a mismatch on Tiffany Mitchell. Oh, good dream shake. Oh, bounces around and out. That was a good move. 31-21 as Alyssa Thomas comes up the court. Over to Bonner in the corner. Bonner on the drive. She goes up, throws up the layup, and misses. Rebound by Stewie. Stewie outlet pass to Sloot. Sloot dribbles in the paint and dribbles out of it. Gets Kayla Thornton in the paint against Ty Harris. She shoots a fall-away jump shot. That's not her forte. And shoots it short. Ty Harris with the ball. Ty Harris on the drive. She goes up. Oh, Vandersloot with the block. Vandersloot with the block. It goes out of bounds. It stays with the Connecticut Sun. Vandersloot has had a couple good blocks in the last couple of games. She had a nice block against Natisha Heidemann in that game against the Lynx. And now gets a nice block on Ty Harris. Sabrina Ionescu into the game for Kayla Thornton. Oh, Kennedy Burke with the steal off the inbound. Kennedy Burke there. Liberty have a 4-on-1. Kennedy Burke goes up and scores. I thought they were about to blow that 4-on-1, but they get the basket. Kennedy Burke is on the board. The Connecticut Sun are up to 4 turnovers here. Liberty up 12 with 6:19 to go in the second quarter. So, Liberty doing good so far. I can't complain. The second quarter scaries as the Liberty faithful know that the Liberty pretty much struggle in the second quarter of games. They're doing really well so far. Even though Jonquel did get that second foul, they haven't let go of the rope yet. It's still early. We still have 6 minutes, 19 seconds to go in the second quarter. But so far, so good for the New York Liberty. So for the Liberty, we have Stewie on double watch. She has 10 points and 6 rebounds. Leonie Phoebish, she has 3 points and 4 assists. You have Vandersloot with 4 points. You have Ionescu with 10 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And you have Kennedy Burke with 2 points, a rebound, and an assist. For the Sun, you have DeWanna Bonner still with 8 points. Alyssa Thomas has not scored, but she has 3 assists. You have Ty Harris with 4, Carrington with 0, Bannon with 0. We're still in commercial here. Still in commercial. Let me make sure I'm as forward as I possibly can. All right, I am. Are they missing game time? I feel like they're missing game time, but we'll see. Yeah, they were over here playing a commercial while the game was still going on. The game comes back to Sabrina as she hits a mid-range jump shot. This is crazy. So we missed about almost a minute of game action. I'm gonna get the clock right, guys. We missed about a minute of game action while they were showing commercials. That's one thing I dislike about some of these W broadcasts. So we got the time right now. Connecticut hasn't scored in the last 4 minutes. Dejanay Carrington goes up for the layup, misses. Rebound to Stewie. So the Liberty are up 35 to 21, excuse me. It was a missed shot there by Stewie. Rebound to the Connecticut Sun. 35-21 is the correct score. And they call a foul here on Kennedy Burke. Beulah said, what is the bench points for the Liberty? Great question. Bench points for the Liberty. You have Kayla Thornton with 2 and Kennedy Burke with 2. So 4 points for the bench. So ball in play with the Sun after that foul by Burke. You have Ty Harris with the ball. Ty Harris on the drive. Ty Harris with 5 on the clock. So, she shoots over Sabrina. Rachel Banham knocks down the 3. And the Sun finally break their scoring drought. They hadn't scored in the last 4.5 minutes. They knocked down the 3. It's 35-24 Liberty. Sabrina loses the ball, and Alyssa Thomas with the steal. Sabrina gets the steal right back. Great defense by Sabrina. She pump fakes, gets into the paint, drops it off to Burke. Touch pass to Stewie, and she scores. Beautiful ball movement by the Liberty. Defense to offense. Liberty continuing to feast in the paint against the Sun, 24-8. Alyssa Thomas over to Bonner, guarded by Burke. Burke giving her the baseline. DeWanna Bonner step back and throws it up. And they don't call the foul on the 3-point shot. Liberty on the run. Ionescu over to Sloot. Sabrina, cross court to Burke. Burke for 3 off the front rim and rebound to Dejanay. Dejanay Carrington brings it up the court, right side of the floor. She attacks Leo. Leo with a good block and Leo with the rebound. Liberty defense is cooking right now. Sabrina continue going to the paint. Oh, finds Leo on the cut. Leo throws up a reverse. Oh, it bounces around and out. She was going out of bounds. She just had to get it on the rim. And a miss there. 37-24. DeWanna Bonner goes up, throws it up. It bounces out. She goes up again and gets fouled. Hey, Liz. Salute, salute, salute. Morning. So DeWanna Bonner pretty much yelled in the ref's face. Didn't get a tech on that. But foul on Leonie. She has her second foul of the game. DeWanna Bonner at the line for free throws. 37-24 here. 3 minutes, 16 seconds to go. She hits the first. Roz was over here doing the Kendrick Lamar "They Not Like Us" thing. DeWanna Bonner, 7,233 points entering today. She's at the line for the second, and she knocks down the second. So it's 37-26, 11-point game here. Let's see how the Liberty can close out this quarter. The Sun are 7 for 8 from the line. The Liberty are 4 for 4. Jonquel Jones back into the game. Sabrina picks up her dribble, and they call a travel on Sabrina. She picked up her dribble, was trying to pivot around, and another turnover by the Liberty. So after having a pretty turnover-free first quarter, they're up to 5 now. They had probably 1 in the first. Now they're up to 5. Ball in play. So you have Veronica Burton, Alyssa Thomas, Carrington, Jones, and Bonner here. Carrington with the ball. She comes off the drive. Bree Jones against Jonquel. Jonquel doesn't want to get a foul. She lets her go, and she misses, gets her own rebound, and scores. So Jonquel Jones playing with 2 fouls, doesn't want to play too aggressive. Bree Jones takes advantage, and it's a 9-point game. Liberty don't have any offensive rebounds so far. Leo on the drive. Leo with the scoop layup and scores. Leo Phoebish knocks down the layup. So it was back to double digits, 39-28. Bree Jones in the post. They throw the double ahead. Dejanay Carrington for the right wing for 3, and Dejanay hits the threes. And they send the double at Bree Jones and passes it right out, leaves Dejanay wide open for 3. Liberty 1 for 6 from 3. The Sun are 4 for 10. 8-point game here. 2 minutes to go. Stewie over to Jonquel, and they call an offensive foul on Brianna Stewart on the drive. So another turnover by the Liberty. 6 turnovers by the Liberty. So 8-point game here. 8-point game here. Liberty up by 8. So Liberty getting into a lot of fouls lately, especially on the offensive end. So they have to get back into. They went to commercial again, and I believe the game is still going on. I'm gonna start the clock up though. I'm gonna just play the clock. They're still in commercial. I think the game is still going on though. They may do the same thing and try and cut back to the game. All right, I don't know what's happening. They're still showing this commercial. Wow. Oh, so they actually at 1 minute 50 seconds. Dejanay Carrington got fouled on her way to the basket, I guess. They said they're having communication. They were at Mohegan Sun. So Dejanay hits the 3-point play. So it's actually 34-39 here. Ball in play. Connecticut on a 10-2 run in the last minute and a half. Liberty starting to falter here at the end, and they call a foul on Dejanay Carrington on fouling Sabrina. So the first foul in the last 2 minutes here. Liberty were up as many as 14. The lead is now 5. So let's see if they can string some baskets together here. Ball to Sabrina Ionescu. Dejanay Carrington has upped the defense. They go over to Sloot in the right corner, over to Stewie. Back to Sloot. Sloot on the drive. Sloot to Jonquel. Can Jonquel hit the 3? Off the rim, and a rebound to Alyssa Thomas. So Liberty struggling to get buckets here. Alyssa Thomas over to Bree Jones. Bree Jones, foul line jump shot is good. So now it's a 3-point game. Bree Jones cooking here early. 12-2 run in the last 2 minutes. Sabrina with the ball. Over to Sloot. Sloot, foul line jump shot, and she misses badly. Rebound to the Sun, and the Sun could tie with a 3 here. Dejanay Carrington on the drive. Over to Alyssa, DeWanna Bonner, out to Alyssa Thomas. Veronica Burton, top of the key, 3, and she misses. So Vandersloot slows it down. 3-point game here. Liberty are 5 for 13 in this quarter. Fouls and turnovers have derailed the momentum they had. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina on the drive. Throws it up. They don't call a foul. And Bree Jones with the rebound. Alyssa Thomas on the run here. Alyssa Thomas. And they call an offensive foul on Alyssa Thomas. Offensive foul on Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas lowered her shoulder right into Vandersloot's chest. She wanted a foul. I wanted her coach to challenge it. Her coach will not challenge. So ball and play with the Liberty. Sandy didn't opt to call a timeout during this whole run. And it's a 3-point game here. Vandersloot with the ball. Vandersloot gets the screen from Stewie, and they call, oh my goodness, another turnover here on offensive on the screen by Breanna Stewart. So I thought the Liberty had overcome their second quarter woes. They've blown all the good momentum they've had and turn it over again. So ball in play with 5 seconds. Veronica Burton drops it off to Bree Jones, and they score immediately. So it's a 1-point game with 3 seconds to go here. Slewed over to Sabrina, and that's how the quarter ends. The Sun end the quarter on a 14-2 run in the last 3 minutes and 16 seconds to make this a 1-point game at halftime. So the Liberty are up 39-38. The Liberty's second quarter woes continue to plague them. They just cannot get over the hump there. Just turnover after turnover after turnover. All right, let's take a look at the box score for the Liberty. It has not been pretty in this second quarter. They started off so well, as they usually do. Outscored them 29-19 in the first quarter and fall apart at the end of the second. It's pretty comical at this point that it continues to happen the same exact quarter. All right, let's take a look at this. It's annoying. All right, hope you guys can see that. Liberty 39, Connecticut Sun 38. Liberty outscored them 29-19 in the first, got outscored 19-10 in the second, which is why the score is what it is. Breanna Stewart, after going 4 for 4 in the first quarter, she goes 5 for 6, 12 points and 8 rebounds. Jonquel Jones, still struggling. 2 points, 5 rebounds, 2 personal fouls, 2 turnovers. You have Leonie Fibich with 5 points and 4 assists. Vandersloot with 4 points and 2 assists. Sabrina with 12 points. I think she had 10 in the first quarter. Only scores 2 in the second quarter. Their bench, Thornton and Burt, give them 2 points apiece. For the Connecticut Sun, DeWanna Bonner with 10 points. You have Alyssa Thomas with 3 fouls, no points, but 4 rebounds. Bree Jones with 13 points to lead them in scoring. Ty Harris with 4. Carrington with 6. You have Rachel Bannon with 3 off the bench. Tiffany Mitchell with 2 off the bench. It's crazy. In terms of field goals, Liberty shooting 54% from the field. The Sun are shooting 37%. Liberty struggling from 3. They're 1 for 7 for 14%. The Sun are 4 for 11 for 36%. Liberty only taken 4 free throws. They made them all. Sun have taken 9. They made 8. Liberty leading the rebounding battle 18-17. They're leading the assist battle 14-11. The steal battle 3-1. The blocks battle 2-0. They are losing the turnover battle 7-6. They've conceded 9 points off of their 7 turnovers. The Sun have conceded 8 points off of their 6 turnovers. Points in the paint, they're doing work, 26-14. They have fouled the Sun 10 times. The Sun have fouled the Liberty 7. They had the largest lead at 14. For the Liberty, the Sun had a 1-point lead at one point in this game. So I do want to look. What time is it? We still got 10 minutes for those other games to start. I do want to look at the play-by-play for this the second quarter and see where it decided to all go wrong. Because there was a point the Sun hadn't scored in 4 minutes, and then in 2 minutes they scored 14 points. So let's go to the second quarter and take a look here. So the Liberty were up 35-21 with about 5 minutes to go in this game. So Rachel Banham hits a 3 to make it 35-24. Then at 4 minutes 18, Stewie hits a 2 to make it 37-24. Okay. Then we had a couple missed shots. Then DeWanna Bonner hits two free throws, excuse me. Sabrina gets called for traveling at the 3-minute mark. Bree Jones gets an offensive rebound, makes a layup. Leo hits a layup to make it 39-28, so we had an 11-point lead with 2.5 to go. Then Dejanay Carrington hits a 3. Stewie gets called for an offensive foul. Carrington hits a layup. Leo gets called for a foul, and Carrington hits the free throw. Jonquil shoots a 3. Bree Jones comes down and hits a jump shot. Vandersloot misses a wide open jumper. Then Sabrina misses a layup. Alyssa Thomas gets called for a foul, and then Bree Jones hits another layup. So in the blink of an eye, that lead went from 13 down to 1. I listen. If I knew what could solve the issue, I would be a coach. But I have no clue what the issue is here. But we move, people. We move. All right. So they announced the lineups for the Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull gets to start. Katie Samuelson gets to start as well, and Aaliyah Boston. So no Nalissa Smith and no Christy Wallace. That is interesting. I don't know if is Nalissa okay? Like, why is she not starting? That is interesting. I don't see anything here about it. I just see Temi Fagbenle is out for the Fever, but I don't see anything about Nalissa Smith. So very interesting revelation here. Let's see how it works out for them. In other basketball news, Kawhi Leonard, player for the Los Angeles Clippers in the NBA, he has withdrawn from Team USA, and Derek White of the Celtics has replaced him. So take from that what you will. Liberty said, Nelson said, and that's what happened in the last game against the Fever. Yeah, they can't. I don't know what the issue is. It's like they get into these ruts where once the other team starts to turn up the defensive pressure, they can't handle it. They start shooting bad shots, and it just doesn't work out. And then the other team comes down and really capitalizes on it. But hopefully they can snap out of it, and in this third quarter, put more space in between them. But they're going to have to continue to move the ball like they were doing in the first quarter. The ball was popping around. They were getting into the paint. That second quarter, I think they got a little away from that with all the turnovers and fouls there. Alrighty. Let's take a look at. I do want to take a look at the upcoming schedule for the rest of the week. So give me a second as I pull this up. Right, there we go. Finally loaded. So, today is Wednesday, July 10th. The Liberty Sun game is going on now. In a few moments, we have Washington at Indiana. You can watch that on NBA TV or League Pass if you're not in the blackout area. Excuse me. You have Atlanta at Chicago, Vegas at Seattle, and Dallas at Phoenix. All games available on League Pass. Blackout restrictions do apply. Tomorrow, only one game, no watch-along. I will be at this game. Chicago and New York both playing back-to-backs. We'll be playing in New York at 7 p.m. on Amazon Prime. Friday, we have Vegas at Atlanta, 7:30 on Ion. Phoenix at Indiana, 7:30 on Ion. And the Lynx at the Storm, 10 p.m. on Ion. Saturday, we got two matchups. Liberty fly to Chicago to take on the Sky at 1 p.m. LA takes on the Dallas Wings at 3:30 on CBS. And then Sunday, we have a full slate here. Mercury at Sun, 1 p.m. on ABC. Vegas at Mystics, 3 p.m. on CBS Sports Network. You have the Fever at the Lynx, 4 p.m. on ESPN. And we have Atlanta at Storm, 6 p.m. on League Pass. No games on Monday, and on Tuesday, we have the Mercury at the Mystics, the Storm at the Sparks, Sun at New York. I'll be at that game, and Sky at Vegas. Hey, cuz, what's going on? Salute. Beulah asks why Joel played for the Team USA. So he became a U.S. citizen. I think you're allowed to change your citizenship one time in terms of Olympic play, and he decided to play for his new country. So Joel Embiid is now playing for the US of A. Just a reminder, next week, guys, is the last week of the WNBA season before the Olympic break. So be aware of that. I think Tuesday might be the last day of games. We're gonna look at that really quickly. Wednesday is the last day of games. Wednesday, July 17th is the last day of W games for the, I guess you can say it's the first half of the season. They have All-Star weekend on Saturday, and then the teams won't play again until August 15th. So they have a month off in between. A month off. All right, so halftime is almost over. They're going to one more commercial break, and then we shall come back, and the game will be restarted. Alrighty. So over the Olympic break, excuse me, I may, depending time permitting, I may do some USA basketball, USA women's basketball watch-alongs for their games. Depending on time, the Olympic Games are in Paris, so Paris is about 5-6 hours ahead of us. So time permitting, we'll see if we'll be able to do it. But I'll also try and focus on some teams in the first half of the season, and what went well, what didn't go well, and what could be improved upon. So I'm looking at the stats again. In the Battle of the Bigs, Bree Jones is beating Jonquel. 13 and 4 rebounds for Bree Jones. You have 2 points and 5 rebounds for Jonquel. So Jonquel is going to have to do something here. She's going to have to fight back here and make her presence felt in this second half. She struggled the last couple games. Hasn't been playing well. So she definitely needs to get back on the saddle. So the last couple games, excluding the the game against Minnesota on July 2nd. She had 3 against Minnesota in the Commissioner's Cup, 5 against Atlanta, and then 6 against the Fever. So in those last in the last 4 games, she's only gotten to double digits once. And that's a game that we really needed her to. So some things have to change for Jonquel. I don't know if it's the touches. I don't know what exactly is the issue. But she's what she had. Let me see how many touches she had last game. So against the Fever, she had 2 fouls. She was 2 for 6 from the line, which is pretty uncharacteristic. 2 for 5, so she only took 5 shots. The game against the Lynx, she took 13. Atlanta, she only took 5 shots. The Commissioner's Cup game, she only took 3 shots. So when she gets super low attempts against good teams, we lose. And when she gets a good amount of attempts against all teams, we usually tend to win. All right, so they're coming back for the third quarter here. I thought I reset this all. Okay, so third quarter underway. The Sun will start the quarter with the ball. Let's see if the Liberty can not give up this lead here. It's a 1-point game. 1-point game here. So these other games are kicking off. Cancer, you're absolutely right. There's some stretches where she looks like she's an MVP candidate, and then other stretches where you're like, is this the same player? Like, did they space jam her and take her powers? Like, it's very, very confusing. These other games have kicked off. People. I'm gonna keep an eye on these stats here as best as I can. Okay. So we have the Fever up 2-0 so far. Cool. And Katie Lou Samuelson with the first basket of the game. Let me turn my volume back up so I can hear what's going on in the arena. So for the Chicago Sky Atlanta Dream game, Angel Reese already with 2 points and a rebound. Marina Mabry with a 3. So the Sun will start the quarter with the ball. We're about to start the third quarter finally. Felt extra long, but we shall see how this game plans out. Ball in play with the Connecticut Sun. Starters on the floor for both teams. Ty Harris over to Carrington. Carrington over to Alyssa Thomas. She already has 3 fouls. They go cross court to Dewana Bonner. She goes down to Dejanay Carrington. Carrington post up against Vandersloot. And Phoebich with the hands gets the steal on the outlet pass. Oh, Sabrina didn't see Vandersloot on the cut, but they get it out to Jonquel, who gets it back to Sloot. Sloot on the drive, highway to the basket, goes up, and Vandersloot scores the layup. So Vandersloot with the layup to start this quarter. It's 41-38. Sloot up to 6 points. Ball over to Dewana Bonner. Dewana Bonner over to Harris. They go down to Bree Jones. Bree Jones faces up against Jonquel over to Bonner. Bonner spin move. 4 on the clock. 3, 2. She shoots the jump shot. Misses. Alyssa Thomas tips it up to herself. Goes over to Bree Jones. Over to Harris. So another offensive rebound for the Sun. Ty Harris over to Alyssa Thomas. Over to Dejanay Carrington. Carrington on the drive. She goes up. Jonquel, good defensive help, and gets the block. Vandersloot with the ball now. Vandersloot left side of the floor. Got to move the ball. It goes down to Stewie, and Stewie gets fouled on Ty Harris. It may be a shooting foul here. So Stewie going to the line for free throws here. So Stewie shoots the first free throw. She knocks it down. And she knocks down both. Ball in play. 43-38. The Liberty have scored the first 4 points of this quarter. Alyssa Thomas at the foul line with the ball. Over to Ty Harris at the 3-point line. Ty Harris goes behind the back. Sabrina fighting over screens. Ty Harris, foul line jump shot, rolls around. Jonquel tips it out, and the Liberty secure the rebound. Let's see if they can capitalize here. Ball down to Jonquel. Jonquel gets the layup and scores. So Liberty scored the first 6 points, and it's 45-38. 16 assists for the Liberty so far. High risk, high reward pass. It works out. So Alyssa Thomas spin move, gets into the paint, over to Bree Jones, baseline jump shot, misses, rebound to Stewie. Stewie on double watch here. Vandersloot with the balls, corner to Phoebus, Phoebus to Vandersloot. Somebody has to cut off of that. That would help out a lot. Back out to Vandersloot. Vandersloot for 3. Oh, Slooty hits the 3. Timeout, Connecticut. So Liberty start this quarter 3 for 3 from the field. Hit their 2 free throws. 9-0 run to start the third quarter. That's what you like to see for the Liberty. So Liberty by 10 after it was a 1-point game at halftime. Great start to the third quarter. They're getting back into the paint, turning defense to offense as well. All right, so looking at these other games, we have Atlanta and Chicago. Chicago's up 9-6. Angel Reese with 2 points and 3 rebounds already. You have Cardoso with 2 points and 2 rebounds. Mabry with 3, and Kennedy Carter with 2. For the Dream, Tina Charles with 2, Caldwell with 2, Haley Jones with 2. In terms of this other game, the Fever and the Mystics, let's see. I need to get a new. So it's 10-5 Mystics to start. Very interesting. You have Steph Dolson with 3, Van Loo with 3, Atkins with 2 for the Mystics, and now you have Samuelson with 2 and Caitlin Clark with 3 points and 3 rebounds for the Fever. They're saying it's 8-10, so who scored the other point? Oh, 5 points for Samuelson. Cool. Right, so we're at a commercial right now. We are in commercial right now. Salute to everybody who's hanging out with me on this morning, afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Okay. Still in commercial here. Hopefully they don't do the same thing they did last time and come back to the game a minute after it already came back. So keeping an eye on the online on the ESPN website to make sure that we're not missing any action. Beulah says I watched Copa America soccer. Oh yeah, I did see that pop up. So they just came back, and they came back pretty abruptly too. Connecticut with the ball. Liberty on a 9-0 run in the last 2 minutes of this game. Ty Harris with the ball. Ty Harris stops. Looking for Dewana Bonner, and they call a kick ball on Sabrina. So it'll be 14 on the shot clock. Connecticut ball. Dewana Bonner over to Ty Harris. Ty Harris over to Dewana Bonner. They try to post up. Alyssa Thomas, great help by Jonquel. She steals the ball. Jonquel over to Sabrina. Sabrina gets the screen from Sabrina gets trapped. They get it to Sluty. Move the ball. Phoebich should have just shot the three. She was wide open. Tried to hit Stewie in the corner, but the Liberty retained possession. So Sabrina to inbound here. And she throws it right out of bounds. I don't know what happened there. Sabrina rushed the pass and throws it right out of bounds. So a turnover to the Liberty. Alyssa Thomas in to Ty Harris. Ty Harris with the ball. Gets the screen from Alyssa. Alyssa steps back, goes corner to Bonner. Bonner on the drive baseline. They bring a double at her. She gets it to Bree Jones. She misses. Ball tips around. Alyssa Thomas gets it. Gets deflected. Out to Ty Harris. Ty Harris wide open for three, and she knocks it down. So it's 48-41 here. Off another offensive rebound for the Sun and off a turnover for the Liberty. They score a three. And they call a foul on Dejanay Carrington for running through the Brianna Stewart screen. My boy Tudo was good, bro. Tudo says, this is a good start to the third, but the second quarter got to get fixed. Definitely, bro. You're absolutely right. Ball back in play. Stewie with the ball. Stewie handoff to Sabrina. Sabrina drop off to Stewie. Stewie base middle round jumper. She tips it out off her miss. Vandersloot for another three. In and out. And rebound to Bree Jones. So it's a 7-point game here. 7-point game. Alyssa Thomas with the ball over to Ty Harris. Gets the screen from Bree Jones. Ty Harris on the drive goes up. Layup is good. So Ty Harris has scored the last 5 points for the Liberty. Sandy Brondello calls an immediate timeout. So it's a 5-point game. Lead was just 10. Sandy Brondello decides to call an early timeout this time. So Liberty in a timeout. They're showing highlights from the first matchup, Liberty versus Sun. Liberty were on the road in that one as well. Sabrina had about 24 points in that one. They beat the Sun 82-75 to snap their 9-0 start to the season. All right. So while we're in timeout, I'll take a look at these scores. So Melissa Smith off the bench. That's really interesting. She has scored though. It's 14-10 Mystics. 6 points for Ariel Atkins. She's on my fantasy team. She's very inconsistent. Some days she'll get you 15-20 with 4 assists and 5 rebounds. The next day she'll get you 10 with no rebounds and 1 assist. It's crazy. So Liberty ball after that timeout. Stewie inbounds to Vandersloot. 5-point game here. Liberty started on a 9-0 run. Sabrina on the drive, left-hand side, gets bumped off, and she'll go to the line. So Carrington piling up the fouls. I think that may be her 3rd foul. Tudo says, I did a money line for all the games. It was 10 for 69. Nah, listen, those free bets, might as well. Beal says, why the broadcast cut to commercial during the game? I don't know. I don't know if there's miscommunication as Sabrina hits the first free throw, or or they're having connection issues. I don't know what the exact issue is, but it gets annoying that they're cutting to commercials middle of the game and they come back and we're missing action. You got to get that addressed. She hits both free throws. It's 50-43, approaching 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Bree Jones with the ball. Over to Ty Harris. Ty Harris, probe dribble, dribbles back out. Over to Carrington. Left side of the floor by the Liberty bench. 5 on the shot clock. Carrington with the ball. Press up. She can't get it out. 1 second. Alyssa Thomas throws up a one-handed floater. Stewie gets the long rebound, and Breanna Stewart double-double. She has 14 and 11. 14 points, 11 rebounds. 10 double-doubles this season for Stewie. Stewie over to Phoebish. Phoebish over to Sabrina. Sabrina, left wing three. Sabrina! Come on! Knocks it down, all net. Back to a 10-point game for Sabrina. Oh, Ty Harris with the spin move, dribbles into her own player. Over to Dewana Bonner. Dewana Bonner looking for somebody. And gets it to Bree Jones at the foul line. Bree Jones, she drives. Jump shot is good. Bree Jones having a really good offensive game. Bree Jones up to 15 points. Oh, and a foul on Dejanay. Dejanay takes out Sabrina's legs. And that's a foul on Carrington. Tiffany Mitchell comes into the game for Carrington. Sabrina Ionescu, second, now moves into second place all time in Liberty 3-point shooting. Just passes Becky Hammond. Tudo says, only game I'm worried about is Las Vegas Aces because they are inconsistent. So Sabrina Ionescu stat they have on the screen, 10 plus points in every game this season. Ball and play with the Liberty here. Ionescu over to Stewie. Back to Ionescu. Corner to Phoebish. Hop step, throws up the floater, bounces around, rebound to Bonner. Nobody was under the basket for the Liberty. Everybody was out beyond the 3-point line. So it's a 8-point game here, 53-45. Alyssa Thomas over to Ty Harris. And they call a foul on Kayla Thornton trying to fight over that screen. So it's Ionescu, Jonquel Jones, Kayla Thornton, Phoebish, and Breanna Stewart for the Liberty. Ball in play, Ty Harris over to Tiffany Mitchell. Mitchell, left-hand dribble. She shoots a mid-range jump shot, misses. Rebound to JJ. JJ over to Sabrina. Sabrina gets the screen from JJ. She steps into a three. Short. She knew it was short. Ball bounces around. Dewana Bonner with the rebound. They have a 3-on-2. They slow it down. Liberty get back in transition defense. Over to Bonner. Bonner down to Bree Jones. She seals Phoebish and scores. So Breanna Jones having a great game. She's up to 17 points here. 15 points, excuse me. Phoebish on the drive, bumps off Dewana Bonner, misses the layup, gets her own rebound. And they call a foul. Foul is on, might be on Dewana Bonner, maybe? Substitutions being made. Looks like Kennedy Burke is about to check in here. So Leo Phoebish going to the line for free throws. She shoots the first, and she's short on the first. So Leo Phoebish at the line for the second free throw. Second is, oh, she misses both. Short on both free throws, so it's still 53-47 here. Ball to Bree Jones. They send a double at Bree. Over to Dewana Bonner, the 3-point line. 10 on the shot clock. She picks up a dribble, and they call a foul on Phoebish. So Leo Phoebish looks like she's going to the bench. Vandersloot checks in for her. Ball in play to Alyssa Thomas. Over to Tiffany Mitchell. Over to Ty Harris. Ty Harris goes behind the back. They double, and they get to Alyssa. Alyssa Thomas with the steal, throws up the floater, gets it off in time, and scores. 53-49. Vandersloot outlet pass to Kennedy. Oh, Kennedy misses the layup. And DeWanna Bonner on the run here. DeWanna Bonner's pump fakes, gets it down to Alyssa Thomas, and she gets fouled by Kayla Thornton. Third team foul on the Liberty. All right, so it's Connecticut ball, sideline out of bounds. No free throws yet. It wasn't a shooting foul. Tiffany Mitchell to DeWanna Bonner, mid-range jump shot scores, and Sandy Brondello calls a timeout. Connecticut went on an 8-0 run in the last 2 minutes to get this back to a 2-point game with 2 minutes to go. So Liberty started this quarter on a 9-0 run in 2 minutes. The basketball is a game of runs. They go on an 8-0 run here in the last 2 minutes. Bree Jones has been keeping the Sun in this game. She's up to 17 points and 5 rebounds. So 2 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the third quarter. Liberty still on top, trying to hang on to this lead. Looking at these other games, the Dream have taken the lead over the Sky. You have Haley Jones with 6, Alicia Gray with 3, Tina Charles with 2. You got Chicago Sky, Angel Reese with 3 and 3, 3 points and 3 rebounds. Cardoso with 2 points and 2 rebounds. Kennedy Carter with 8 points. Let's see what the Fever are doing here. So it's Liberty basketball. Let's see if they can close out this third quarter way better than they did the second. So Caitlin Clark up to 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Ball in play with the Liberty, though. Vandersloot on the left-hand drive goes up and scores. Great play out of the timeout. And Sluty into double figures here. 55-51. Alyssa Thomas dribbling. A handoff to DeWanna Bonner. DeWanna Bonner to Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas, corner to Mitchell. Mitchell on the drive, baseline. She goes over to Burton. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell, she steps out of bounds. Yes, great defense by the Liberty. Beulah Benijah with a knee injury. Her knee swelled up. It's the same knee that kept her out of the games a couple earlier in the season. But it's kept her out today. It swelled up on the way to the game. And they play tomorrow, so they're trying to manage it. Vandersloot with the ball. She has 11 points in this game. Sloot over to Thornton. Thornton over to Burke. Burke with the fake handoff. She gets to the basket. Left-hand layup is good. So Liberty, after that timeout, scored 2 layups. 34 points in the paint for the Liberty. Back to a 6-point game. Burton on the drive. Burton out to Thomas, guarded by Burke. Alyssa Thomas spin move. Drops it to Bree Jones. Corner to Burton. Burton for 3. Short. Oh, and Thornton tips it right to Burton. They get another offensive rebound. DeWanna Bonner comes off the screen. She attacks. Jones goes up and scoops it in. So it's a 4-point game, 57-53. John Quall, handoff to Sloot. The Liberty have to stop these offensive rebounds. Sabrina with the ball over to Burke. Burke to Thornton. Thornton comes off the screen. She gets bumped, shoots the foul line, jump shot, and scores. KT hits she gets bumped off the foul line, hits the foul line jump shot. So Liberty closing this quarter much better, up to a 6-point lead, 7 seconds to go. Alyssa Thomas calling for the screen. Alyssa Thomas to the basket, goes up and gets fouled. So Alyssa Thomas going to the line for 2 free throws. Alyssa Thomas with 2 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. Alyssa Thomas at the free throw line. She makes the first. So it's 59-54 with about 3 seconds left. She misses the second. Jonquil secures the rebound. And that's how the quarter ends. So at the end of the third quarter, it's 59-54 going into the fourth quarter. So in this battle for first place in the WNBA, we'll go to a fourth quarter 5-point game. Liberty outscored the Sun 20-16 in that third quarter. If they outscore them again in the quarter, they will win this game. They just cannot lose this quarter. Oh man, what happened? The Mystics are up 33-19 on the Fever. You got 7 from Stephanie Dolson, 6 from Van Loo. You got 8 from Ariel Atkins. And then their bench is scoring. Melbourne, Walker Kimbrough, Edwards, and Enxler have all scored. Wow. And in terms of the Dream and Sky, Dream are up 26-22 in this game. All right, let's get things ready for the fourth quarter. In the meantime, Liberty need to seal this game. They need to continue their domination over the Connecticut Sun in the regular season. They won all 4 games last season. We would love for them to continue it this year. In terms of the Dream and the Sky, the Dream are up 28-22 over the Chicago Sky. You have 6 from Haley Jones, 6 from Caldwell, 5 from Gray, 4 from Tina Charles, the Liberty legend. Reese with 5 points and 4 rebounds. Cardoso still with 2 points, does have 3 rebounds. None from Lindsay Allen, 3 from Mabry, and 8 from Kennedy Carter. She's taken the most shots, 10 shots on the team. All right. Fourth quarter. Liberty need to continue to take care of the ball. They didn't have as many turnovers in that third quarter as they did in the second, which is a good sign. They have 8 turnovers total compared to the Sun with 9. So the things that they've been called for a lot are the moving screens. So the guards have to do a much better job of making sure that the screener is set before they start moving in order not to draw that. All right, so the Liberty, what just happened? I don't know what happened there. Breanna Stewart backcourt violation to start the quarter. That's not a good recipe. That's not a good start to the quarter. I don't know what happened there. Sabrina Ionescu was on the bench. The Sun with the ball. Veronica Burton with the ball right side, and they call another foul. They call a foul on Breanna Stewart off the ball. Ty Harris is. Was that? No, that's Bree Jones. Bree Jones is on the floor. Not sure what happened on that possession. They were away from the play there. I'm not sure what's happening. Oh, they're wiping up the floor here. So Sun to inbound the ball here. Veronica Burton over to Bree Jones. So it's Burton, Jones, Bonner, Thomas, and Mitchell. They get the ball down to Bree Jones, guarded by John Quell. Dewana Bonner throws up the jump shot, misses, rebound to Stewie. Why do they still have the bonus thing on? Nobody should be in the bonus yet. The graphic on the screen for the game is wrong on the broadcast. So it's Sloot, Stewie, JJ, Phoebish, and somebody else in the corner. Stewie, mid-range jump shot gets fouled. The other person is Kayla Thornton. Luli Box, what's up on the Twitch? She says, good afternoon, greetings. Liberty must go out this last quarter to finish. You're absolutely right. So Jonquel Jones, they have a graphic up, is leading the lead in field goal percentage, 58% from the field. She needs to they're talking on the broadcast that she needs to get more touches. Dewana Bonner asked her coach to challenge this shooting foul. So we are going into commercial as they look at the monitor. Salute to everybody here on the Twitch, on the YouTube. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. We'll be back on at 2:50 Eastern for the Aces versus Storm matchup. Make sure you're tuned back in for that. This has been a good game if you're a neutral. It hasn't been a blowout like if you were with me last night in what game we did last night? We did Minnesota and LA. It was a blowout from the word go. But this game, if you're a neutral, is good. Game is fairly close. If you're a Liberty fan, it's very nerve-wracking and frustrating because the Liberty were up as many as 15 at one point, and it is a 5-point game here. I think I'm gonna fix my clock. I think I didn't stop my clock in time. It's about 9 minutes left, I believe, in this quarter. 9 minutes, 5 seconds. Luli says, Liberty come from losing to fever defeat mainly by Caitlin Clark. Yeah. Caitlin Clark with the triple-double in that game. She sparked that comeback. So hopefully the Liberty can stay in first place. Remember, this is a battle for first place. Whoever wins this game will be in first. All right, looking at the other game that's going on, Washington is up 38-25 on the Fever. And then you have Atlanta up 28-24. (28-24). So let's see how this all plays out. We're still in commercial here. Still in commercial. All right, we're back to the broadcast here. 9 minutes, 5 seconds to go here. 9 minutes, 5 seconds to go. Dewana Bonner, that should be a foul. Looks like she smacked on Breanna Stewart's arm. They're waiting for the official announcement now. And the challenge was unsuccessful, so Stewie's at the line for free throws. Breanna Stewart with a double-double, 14 and 12. She scored 10 points in the first quarter. Hasn't really done too much since. So Stewie at the line. She bounces in the first free throw. So it's a 6-point game here. 1 second, Luli. I'll take a look at that in a second. And Stewie misses the second. Rebound to Bree Jones. So Liberty starting to miss some free throws here. Phoebish has missed 2. Stewie just missed 1 there. 6-point game here. Bree Jones with the ball. Bree Jones. Hand off to Burton. Burton over to Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas out to Tiff Mitchell on the drive. Goes up, throws it up, misses. Alyssa Thomas with the rebound, and rebound to Jonquel. Liberty 6-point game, 8.5 to go here. Tudo says Indiana in the bonus for the last 4 minutes. Let's see if they take advantage. Vandersloot over to Jonquel. Jonquel dribbling out by the 3-point line. Hand off to Stewie. Stewie with 5 seconds. Ball gets deflected by Burton. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. That's a shot clock violation. Great defense by the Sun. Veronica Burton tipped the ball into the backcourt. Luli says, what do you think about young player Paige Becker? Do you think she could end up at the Liberty one day? It'll take a miracle for her to end up in New York. New York is too good to get a high draft pick. So unless later on in her career she decides to come to New York, I don't see it happening in the immediate future. In the far future, possibly. 60 to 54. Dewana Bonner shoots the jump shot, and that's a deep 2. Feet were on the line, so it's a 4-point game again. 8 minutes to go. Vandersloot with the ball. Jonquel over to Sabrina. Sabrina on the drive over to Stewie. Stewie out to Sabrina. Sabrina 6 seconds. Back to Stewie. 5 seconds. Stewie gets in. Reverse spin. Ball gets deflected. Good defense by the Sun, and the Sun are on the run here. Over to Ty Harris. Dewana with the pump fake, and they call a foul on the shot. Oh, Jonquel Jones. Silly foul. Fouls Dewana Bonner on the 3-point attempt. So she go to the line for 3 free throws. Silly foul by Jonquel. She has 3 free throws to make this a 1-point game if she can hit all 3. First free throw is good. So it's 60 to 57. Dewana Bonner up to 17 points. Bonner for the second. She hits the second. And for all 3. And she hits all 3. It's a 1-point game here. 7.5 to go. Ball to Sabrina. Sabrina down to Jonquel. Jonquel on the attack. Goes up and scores. There we go, Jonquel. Jonquel scores. 62-59. Ty Harris with the ball. Ty Harris over to Dewana Bonner. She just hit 3 free throws. Dewana Bonner down to Bree Jones. ISO'd by herself. Bree Jones on the drive. Swings through. Misses. Jonquel with the rebound. Dribble Jonquel. Gets it to Phoebish, who's checked into the game. Phoebish crosses half court. Phoebish over to Jonquel. Over to Sabrina, left side of the floor. Sabrina, good hold-up play. Over to Jonquel. Jonquel fouled by Bree Jones on the push. So it's 62-59, 6.5 to go about in this game. So Liberty ball to inbound to get it to Sabrina. Sabrina picks up her dribble down to Stewie against Tiffany Mitchell. Gets fouled on the jump shot. And Tiffany Mitchell slaps down on Stewie. And Stewie will go to the line for free throws. So when the Liberty get the ball moving, good things happen. Luli says, it's incredible when you notice the Liberty does not play well, and it's mainly when Brianna Stewart is not correct, much more than when Sabrina. Yeah. This team, Sabrina missing free throws in this quarter. She misses another one. When when Stewie's playing well, the Liberty tend to win. When she tends to struggle, these games are closer than normal as Stewie hits the second. So she's missed 2 free throws out of the last 4 attempts. 63-59. Alyssa Thomas over to Bonner. Bonner looking for Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas goes corner to Ty Harris. Good close by Sloot. Oh, halfway down and out for Ty Harris. Liberty get lucky there. Sloot with the late close may have affected that. Stewie brings it across half court. 63-59 over to Leo. Leo finds Stewie. Stewie goes up. Oh, she smokes the layup. Come on, Brianna. Wide open under the basket. She smokes it. Alyssa Thomas attacks. Misses. Rebound to Stewie. Over to Leo. Leo. Over to Sloot. Sloot wide open for 3. Can she hit it? Nope. Jonquel can't get the rebound. Tiffany Mitchell on the attack as she gets fouled on the drive. Liberty had a chance to go up there. Vandersloot shoots a wide open 3. I know she's hit 2 today, but I would have preferred her to take that to the basket. She does travel though, but they don't call it. So Tiffany Mitchell at the line for free throws. She knocks down the first. So it's 63-60 here. Mitchell at the line for the second. She knocks down the second. So it's a 2-point game here. 2-point game. These teams are battling back and forth. Sloot with the ball over to Sabrina. Sabrina over to Jonquel. Jonquel at the 3-point line. Jonquel over to Sloot. Sloot over to Jonquel. Jonquel with 5 seconds. Jonquel posting up against Alyssa Thomas. She spins, hands it off to Leo, and gets blocked by Alyssa Thomas. Sun with the ball. Have a chance to tie or take the lead. Ty Harris on the drive, goes up, scoops it in, and scores timeout Liberty. And it's a tie game. 9-3 run by the Sun in the last 3 minutes. It's a tie game at 63 apiece. So the Sun are grinding out buckets. The Liberty, last couple possessions, could not capitalize. Missing free throws as well. They can't let go of the rope here. 63 all. Liberty never make things easy, but they have to close this one out. Looking at these other games, the Mystics are up 12 on the Fever. Mystics are up 12 on the Fever. Let's see what the scorers are. You have Atkins with 13 to lead the Mystics. You have Kelsey Mitchell with 8 to lead the Fever. Caitlin has 6 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. So she's on triple-double watch again. Looking at the Chicago game, Chicago has taken the lead on the Dream 38-34 at halftime. So let's see who's cooking. So Angel Reese with 7 points and 8 rebounds. So she's on double-double watch as well. She's 3 for 5 from the field. Kennedy Carter with 15 to lead all scorers in the game. Tudo says New York need to feed JJ when she's in the paint. She has the strength to score. Yeah, the last possession they fed her on the move. She blew right by to the basket and scored. that last possession, she got to the paint. She tried to pass it with a second left. Got it to Leo right by the basket, but then weak side defender came over and blocked the shot. So Bree Jones with 17 and 7 for the Sun. DeWanna Bonner with 19 and 8 for the Sun. All right, so it's Liberty ball here. Liberty ball here. Yeah, J.J. has the block of the game after that block that just happened. So J.J. with 6 and 11, 6 points and 11 rebounds. She has the ball now. Under 5 minutes to go. Ball to Sabrina. Sabrina over to J.J. Sabrina, mid-range jump shot, short. Rebound to Bree Jones. I don't think that was the ideal look there out of the timeout. New York hasn't scored in the last 2 minutes. Melissa Thomas over to Ty Harris. Ty Harris with 7 on the clock. Ty Harris drives, gets stopped. She goes the opposite way. Ty Harris. Great defense by Leo. Leo with the solid defense and the shot clock violation. Great defense by Leo. Ball and play with the Liberty. Both teams with 10 turnovers apiece. They get the ball down to JJ. She attacks Bree Jones, goes up with the left and scores. That's what you should be doing. Get the ball down to her. Let her fight back against Bree Jones. Bree Jones been eating her food today. 65-63 New York. Ty Harris with the ball. Ty Harris over to DeWanna Bonner. Wide open for 3. And she takes the lead with that 3. Liberty get hung up on a screen. And the Sun have their first lead since it was 5-4. Get the ball to Stewie at the 3-point line. Over to Leo. Leo with the ball down to Stewie. Stewie on the attack. Goes over to JJ. JJ with the pump fake. Step back 3 for Jonquel. Misses everything. And Breanna Stewart saves it off of DeWanna Bonner. And DeWanna Bonner is on the floor right now. And her teammates help her up. Yeah, so DeWanna Bonner falls hard on the floor. Stewie throws the ball off of DeWanna there. So Liberty to inbound. They get it to, and it's a shot clock. Oh, they call a shooting foul. They want to see if it's a. They throw the lob pass because it was a second left on the clock. They say there was a foul on the shot. Alyssa Thomas very angry at that. So the referees are reviewing to see if the foul happened before or after the buzzer. So they're reviewing that right now. Liberty have been outscored 12-6 in this quarter. They started this quarter off quickly with a 4-0 run. They've only scored 2 points the rest of the way. Yeah, if they say that's a foul, then it happens before the buzzer. Yeah. So Breanna Stewart hopefully can hit her free throw. She's missed 3 in this quarter. So hopefully she can knock down her free throws. Or missed 2 in this quarter, excuse me. All right, so let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, the Liberty, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if this the rotations. I don't know what the deal is, but they get up to a big decent lead and then they go away from what's working. So Stewie at the line for free throws. She hits the first to tie the game here. 66 apiece. Stewie at the line to take the lead, and she buries the second. So it's Liberty retake the lead, 67-66. Let's see if they can get some stops here. The Liberty are in the bonus, so you know what that means. They should go into the paint and not just start chucking threes. Ty Harris with the ball. Ty Harris over to Alyssa Thomas, left side of the floor. 8 on the clock. They get it to Bree Jones. Bree Jones, 4 on the clock. Over to Bonner. Bonner, a deep 3. And she misses Stewie with the rebound. And DeWanda Bonner is capable of hitting those long threes. But Liberty get away with it. 67-66. Ball with Vandersloot. Vandersloot over to Stewie. Stewie at the 3-point line. She has 18 points, 14 rebounds. Stewie over to Vandersloot. Vandersloot, 4 seconds on the clock. Vandersloot throws up the floater, bounces around. Oh, it almost goes in. And rebound to Bonner. That possession was going nowhere. They didn't even get inside the paint until 1 second on the clock. Ty Harris on the drive, goes down to Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas in the post against Stewie. She goes out to Carrington. Carrington with the pump fake. Goes up and scores. And they retake the lead there. Connecticut back up 1 with 2 minutes to go here. Sabrina over to Stewie. Back to Sabrina. Sabrina foul line floater is good. Sabrina Ionescu knocks down the foul line floater. It's back to a 1-point game. Liberty up. Over to DeWanda Bonner. DeWanda Bonner on the drive. Throws it up and gets blocked. And it's a jump ball between Bree Jones and Leonie Phoebish. Sabrina, that last play, she comes off the screen, gets to the foul line, and hits the floater. Hasn't taken a lot of threes today, but she's getting into the paint and hitting those shots. So it's a jump ball between Bree Jones and Phoebish. Bree Jones doesn't have too many hops. She can't jump over a phone book. Let's see if Phoebish could. I don't think Phoebish got too many hops either, but let's see. Phoebish tips it out, and Stewie gets it. Let's go. So Liberty up 1 point. Base guy, salute on the Twitch. 1 more minute. Let's hold on here. Sabrina over to Stewie. Stewie dribbles back out. Back to Sabrina. Sabrina, 8 on the clock. Sabrina, another floater. Oh, she overshoots it. Rebound to Alyssa Thomas. The Sun on the run. Dejanay goes up. Oh, Stewie with the block. Breanna Stewart. What a great block, saving the Liberty's lead here. Dejanay tries to draw the foul. Stewie backs up a little bit. 2-hand blocks it. So, Sun to inbound here. They get it to DeWanda Bonner right in front of the Liberty bench. 1-point game for the Liberty. DeWanda comes off the screen. She stepped through, shot, misses, and she gets her own rebound. Rebound to the Liberty. Leo Phoebish tips it out, and Sabrina has it. Sun winning the rebound battle by 1 here. We got a minute to go here, people. 1 minute, and Sandy Brondello calls a timeout here. Very big possession here. Very, very big possession here. They need a basket. Time to avenge their loss from Saturday against the Fever. Let's see what they can do. Not gonna lie, I don't know why we don't attack the paint. We're in the bonus. Exactly. I mean, the last possession, Sabrina got into the paint. She just airballed a floater from the baseline. And the previous possession before that, she got into the foul line and shot the floater. So huge possession here for the Liberty. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not even paying attention to the other games that are going on. They're at halftime at the moment. But this game is right here for the taking for the Liberty. Winner is first place in the league. Yeah, Tudo's right. 4 lead changes in the last 3 minutes here. 69-68, New York up right at this moment. Let's see how much we got. We got 1 minute and 2 seconds left. 1 minute and 2 seconds. I'm a little nervous. I can't even lie. I'm nervous, man. So Sabrina Ionescu to inbound here. They get the ball to Vandersloot. All right. Jonquel with the ball. I got to sit up a little bit. Jonquel over to Sabrina. Sabrina comes off the curl. Sabrina drives, gets into the paint, goes up, throws it up. Oh, it bounces around and off. Rebound to the Connecticut Sun. Appreciate that, Tudo. Appreciate that, bro. Ty Harris with the ball. Sabrina just missed a golden opportunity there. DeWanna Bonner with the drive. They cut her off. She gets into the paint. She up, under, gets blocked by Stewie. Rebound by Sabrina. Sabrina with the ball. Don't get away from half court, Sabrina. Sabrina guarded tightly by Alyssa Thomas. She gets into the paint, dribbles it back out. 8 seconds to go. 7, 6. Sabrina got to attack now. 5, 4, 3. Sabrina into the paint, goes up, floater. God! Sabrina Ionescu hits the floater over DeWanna Bonner. And the Liberty take a 3-point lead with 4.4 seconds left. Tough move by Sabrina. I thought she waited a little too long. She got the screen from Stewie out by half court. But the possession before, Stewie, with great defense, blocks DeWanna Bonner. And Sabrina attacks, bumps off Bonner, hits the floater. Woo! Let's go, Sab. I'm going to have to throw a tweet out for that. Where my Twitter at? I don't even know where my Twitter tab is. Clutch. Let's go, Sabrina Ionescu. That's things you love to see, my boy. Woo! So Liberty just do not foul a 3-point shooter. Tudo says, not gonna lie, I'll foul and make it a free throw game. We up 3. Yeah, that's always the discussion. What do you decide to do? Wow, Sabrina. And then she gives him the little shrug after, like, what do you mean? This is me. 4.4 seconds to go, people. They inbound the ball to Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas over to Ty Harris. Blocked by Sabrina, and that's the game. Sabrina Ionescu coming up on both ends. Hits the game winner on one end and blocks the 3-point tie at the other. Liberty come out with the win. 71-68. 18-4. Best record in New York Liberty history to start a season. Let me update my stats, my thing right now. Look at the defense. Sabrina Ionescu, shout out to the young lady, came in clutch. So Liberty moved to 18-4, Sun 17-5. You see it, New York Liberty gang. They get the win against the Connecticut Sun, moved to 2-0 on the season against the Connecticut Sun. Sole possession of first place. Jonquel talking to her former teammates and all that. I'm going to send out a tweet right quick. The Liberty struggled mightily from three. Mightily from three. Wow, what a game, people. I am super what a game. Mom, way to go, Liberty. You know it. Put everybody's comments up. Way to go, Liberty. Tremendous game. It's time to go back to training, which is against the they play the Sky tomorrow. Liberty got the win, Skipper. Liberty get the win. Sabrina Ionescu with the block at the end. On Ty Harris after she hit the floater to put the lead up to 3. Let's take a quick look at the box score right quick. I got so hyped, man. I'm glad the Liberty won that game. I would have been upset if they lost. As bad as it is, the Liberty do determine my mood. Sports determine my mood, which isn't a good thing, but especially my teams. But we'll take a quick look at the box score. Sabrina Ionescu, when they needed her the most, comes up clutch. All right, here we go. Let's publish that. All right, so Liberty, I said they needed not to lose the quarter by that 5 points. They lose it by 2, which is why they win by 3 there. Thank God. Breanna Stewart, double-double, 18 points, 14 rebounds. Jonquel with 8 and 11. Phoebus with 5. Vandersloot with 11. Sabrina with 21, 5 and 5. Kayla Thornton with 4. Burke with 4. The Liberty only made 3 threes, 3 for 13, so a much different look than 10 for 42. They only took 13 threes, made 3, but they feasted in the paint today. And that was the difference. DeWanna Bonner with 22 and 9. Alyssa Thomas with 3, 9 and 8. Bree Jones with 17. Ty Harris with 11. Carrington with 8 and 5 rebounds. Wow. 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 We only made 3 threes in this game, and the Liberty get the win. Points in the paint, that's what I wanted to look at before I leave. 40 points in the paint for the Liberty, 26 for the Connecticut Sun. That was the difference in the game. All right, people, salute to everyone who stuck around for the watch along. Great game we had here, especially if you're a neutral, but if you're a Liberty fan, we'll take the win. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be back in about an hour and like 45 minutes for the Las Vegas Aces versus Seattle Storm watch along. Salute to all the regulars. Salute to the new ones. People, appreciate you. Liberty get the win. Sole possession of first place. We beat up on the Sun. And I'll see y'all in a couple hours. Salute!